From the market that's black, to the back of the lag, to the chrome with the strap, to the way that it's stacked, never lack. Bring it back to reflect on the art. Watch the good spark, realizing where it start. On no reputation, representing the cool. The rims and the paint complement the old school. White cups stay poured through.
All right, welcome back to Music Spectrum, the podcast where we break down everything from bars to beats, albums to anthems, and the culture behind the music. I'm Black Mozart with my dog.
Cornbread Capone.
All right, so y'all know you've seen the title. Today we're going to talk about a brief overview of what's going on as far as the Jay-Z allegations, the legal battles. We're going to break down with some good bullet points. First and foremost, for the past 2024, I wouldn't say beginning to it. I'd say, but this whole, Puffy situation started kind of tugging on the in-stride heartstrings of Hollywood CEOs and artists, and just, when once somebody shakes the tree, a lot of the apples start to fall. That was unsecure inside the tree, is all I'm gonna say. But that also brings out people who didn't have nothing to do with it, but want to be part of the money-making scheme, as you should call it. See what I'm saying? So, if you can, big dog, because like I said, I have seen bits and pieces of it, but let's just get into what actually were the allegations against Jay-Z specifically. We ain't talking about Puffy, no other thing. We just want to know about the Jay-Z allegations.
Well, there was, according to an attorney from Houston, there was a lady who had a civil lawsuit against Jay-Z, claiming that he SA'd her after a 2000s VMA after party. And basically, Jay-Z, investigated this lady and, combed through her story, found a lot of inconsistencies. Her father did not corroborate his daughter's story. And it came out to be a false accusation. But see, and the funny thing about it is, the fact that it's a false accusation isn't being spread through the news, much like the accusation. See, the accusation came out a day before the release of a movie called Mufasa. And the movie Mufasa stars Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Well, this lawsuit has prevented Jay-Z from making $20 million. Has also caused threats on not only his life, but his family. So, so now that we all find out that that's fake, now his action is to go after the lawyer who filed this felonious lawsuit.
Yeah.
And,
so I have a clip that I want to show. We ain't gonna show the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, but we gonna show this. Let me move us to the side real quick. We gonna just look.
He ain't that one. As far as I'm concerned, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He didn't sit idly by and watch his name be raked through the coals and sullied the way that he did. Most of us would have. Most of us would have let our lawyers handle it. We would have shut up. We would have kept silent. He didn't do that. And I remember I was taking a lot of heat for coming to Jay-Z's defense. My initial question is, where the hell are y'all now? And to the people who have smiled in Jay-Z's face, who were supposed to be his friends, who were supposed to be supportive of his, where y'all at?
So my question, right, and let's move this back over here. So my question is that you ever notice when the certain artists or big time moguls or CEO, whatever you want to call them, go through certain things, right? And they're going through these things. Now, we don't know behind the scenes what's going on, but where are these people at? These judges you got in your pockets, or these big time people that have millions of dollars, where are these guys at? Are they? It seems like they're doing so much damage themselves, or doing something they shouldn't be doing themselves, to where they don't want to come out and be like, "Hey, dog, I'm gonna help you out real quick." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just stay back here in the cut and make sure they don't put my name in it either. You know what I mean?
Well, from what I gathered just from observation, when you get hit with a certain number of accusations, there's gonna be people that is gonna back away from you immediately because they don't want that to taint what they have going on. Let's be real about it. The company he keeps a company of rich and powerful people. These rich and powerful people do not need anybody hanging around them with any type of accusation about anything criminal, because that could hurt their brand and affect their bottom line. And that's what that comes down to. Now,
so I read a tweet that says Jay-Z lost 20 million in deals. Oh well. I'm sure he will work it out. He will work something out with another white billionaire in exchange for black people's participation. Make the money back in a week. Surprised he ain't been up there with Elon yet. Boy, I tell you. I don't know how to take that one.
I don't know how to take it neither, because it's a lot of people who are not working for the banks of the celebrities that they back up that are quick to pinpoint and talk about their money. I don't pocket watch. I believe that that's a woman's profession.
Yeah.
And I believe that a man pocket watching another man is not a man.
Yeah.
So with that being said, there's a lot of people pocket watching, and it's not very becoming of an adult to do that to another adult. They take this fandom celebrity worship thing very, very serious nowadays. I remember when we was young, the music that we listened to was just the music that we listened to. We didn't live our life by that. None of us was trying to be Eazy-E or Tupac for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we just listened to it. We loved the music. We listened to it, but we didn't let it dictate our lives. We didn't try to pocket watch them and guesstimate how much money they worth. And oh man, it's crazy now. But yeah, that's the truth.
My question is, so you got to look at this too, the media and the public relation aspect when all this accusation came out, right? What did you see as far as like the hip hop fans? Were they supportive or skeptical as a whole? Did you see people more supportive of Jay-Z or more skeptical? Like, he probably did that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know Jay-Z like that. So
I saw a mixed reaction. It was mixed. It was a mixed reaction. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's like for the last couple of years, right before these accusations started to catch wind or whatever. But before that, it's enormously big hate train of Jay-Z and his music.
Yeah.
For some reason, a lot of people just come out of nowhere and be like, anything he ever did was trash. Yeah. And I can't say that, you know what I'm saying? Because he has some records that was good. He did a lot of biting. He bit a lot of people. We're going to keep it 100. He's a great artist. He has classic music, but he bit people. But now, the accusations, though, now, when they started talking about the accusations, this is after Sean Combs' situation pretty much, fell in everybody's lap. So now the accusations is flying about him because they're so close. They're in all these pictures. They in all these videos. They on stage together. And then I seen some people say, I don't know about Jay. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that with Jay. And it's just one of the things you had to sit back and watch. And then like I said, and once he went after the accuser and seen that she had holes in her story, and really once the father said that he don't remember dropping his daughter off there and he would have remembered picking up his daughter from this location. He said that. I was like, They got somebody
Look,
got. I was like, somebody got a real live because this is not gonna stand up in court.
nah, bro. I got
So
daughters, and I know damn well. I might not remember a lot of things, but I will remember dropping my daughter off somewhere to somebody's event. You know what I'm saying? I know that for a fact. So I might not remember every day what I cooked for them for breakfast, but I remember certain aspects. And I think somebody seen, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think somebody just seen the payday. They was like, they seen oh boy go down, and they like, shoot, this is our payday, you know. But they got to remember, you know, like I said, I don't know him. I just know him. I don't know him, you know, face to face. I know him from what we've seen over the years. But for people vouching for him that he grew up with, says that Jay-Z was a street dude. So with that being said, if you have any kind of street knowledge and you're a street dude, it's still there. It never goes away. So if Jay-Z know he did not do this, he's not gonna sit down and be like, hey man, look, how much y'all want to go away? He probably gonna fight. He's already lost several million. Like I said, he's already lost 20 million in deals. You're not finna get another 20 million out of him. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because at the end, he's a street dude. Now, going back to what you were saying about the music, yes, he's been exposed several times for biting. But we're not gonna sit here and negate the fact that Jay-Z did not have some good music and did have some bangers.
He has 5 classic albums out of his catalog. So
he did bite a few sayings and words and things of that nature, but that wasn't the whole. So people have to remember those wasn't the whole song. He didn't bite a whole song. He bit crucial lyrics like from Biggie, Slick Rick. But nowadays, a lot of artists do it. They just not big enough for people to come at you. Oh, well, you bit this person. You bit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, to me personally, as a hip hop fan, Jay-Z does have classic albums. He has albums. Reasonable Doubt is one that we're gonna get into here in a second. Reasonable Doubt is a classic album. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Now, people did say he could have stole his style from. I think I had a debate with somebody, not a debate. We had a little talk. You know, we had a little conversation about. Somebody was saying that that Jay-Z stole Big L's flow. You know what I'm saying? Which I pay homage to Big L. Big L was a true lyricist. And then I heard people say that he stole his style from Jaz-O. You know, because, you know, he started off rapping fast. Big L rap fast. Jaz-O rap fast. And I just think that Jay-Z was at a time where he was in the area where that's what people were doing. They were rapping fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then he came into his own sound. Well, which album would you say he came into his own way when he stopped rapping fast?
I would say Reasonable Doubt, because if you listen to Reasonable Doubt, he's not rapping fast. He's rapping smooth. Yeah. The delivery is smooth. You know what I'm saying? Through the
and
whole.
Then you go into Hard Knock Life. What album was that? Hard Knock Life? Was that?
That was the third one.
Okay. And that was the one that came out when we were in high school, right? It was like the 99 year. That was smooth. That album, he really didn't. I would say he didn't really start biting people's sayings or phrases until like after Big Pimpin', to me. You know what I'm saying? That's when I really started really paying attention to like, shit.
He was doing. See, a lot of people didn't hear. See, we didn't hear because we in Texas. We didn't get to hear the DJ Clue tapes.
Yeah.
The Funk Master Flex mixtapes. See, I heard a lot of that stuff. And I knew that a lot of times what Jay did, and I would always pay attention to this, every time he would go to the radio and do an interview and ask him to rap, he spit a rap, and then months later, that rap will be on his album.
Yeah.
He was a master at doing that type of shit. Like, he go up there and you think it's a freestyle, and for months you be thinking, oh, that was just a freestyle.
Then you hear,
when you listen to it, there go that same rhyme from the radio. He was a master at that.
You know a lot of East Coast rappers did that. I noticed. You know,
yeah, but he was the master at that shit. He did that a lot. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. And so we're gonna get into what are your thoughts about reasonable doubt actually being put into the Hall of Fame as far as
Yeah, I read that story. First of all, I'm gonna say this. Reasonable Doubt came out the summer of 1996. And I did not listen to that album until every bit of 2002 because Tupac made it bad for anybody that he dissed. And I totally missed out on Genius of Mobb Deep. I totally missed out on Jay-Z's first album. I might have missed the Nas album because of that. So I missed Reasonable Doubt when it came out. But then when I listened to it, I said, oh, I see what everybody's saying. This is a classic album because I let it play all the way through and it played kind of like a movie.
Yeah. A lot of people saying it's a soundtrack, really. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying it's a sound best. A lot of people saying it's the best soundtrack for life ever. And I agree. And I believe it's one of them things. So now I was put on to Reasonable Doubt. Of course, I had my uncles. They were rocking, from Houston, H-Town. My uncles there, them all my cousins, not my uncles, but my older cousins, 18, 19, 20 years old. They was banging Pac, so that's where I heard Pac from. Then I had some people at my martial arts school where I went to. A dude named Kevin. I never forget. Dude named Kevin. He came from New York. He had Tim's on. He introduced me to Wu-Tang because he had, Wu-Tang was on the stage with the swords and everything. So he introduced to them. And as I got involved with, listening to Wu-Tang, that's how I heard the Mobb Deeps, a lot of East Coast, things. And then when joining the Army, I was around a lot of people from New York. So I ended up listening to the Clue tapes, the, K-Slade mixtapes and things of that nature. So with that being said, that's how I remember Jay-Z saying stuff on these mixtapes that ended up on his albums later on. Like, wait a minute, these cats be spitting they bars from the songs, which, hey, if it's they bars, do what you please. You know what I'm saying? It's your shit. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I do think that a lot of people missed out at the time when it came out, having the listening to Reasonable Doubt and having the effect of the time frame that it came out, if that makes sense. Like actually being in the moment when that song actually came out because it was relevant to the times.
Actually, on the cool, Reasonable Doubt was overshadowed.
Yeah.
96 was overshadowed by Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go on and be clear. Like that's despite the fact that that same year, I believe Tila came out, Outkast dropped AT-Aliens, E40 dropped Hall of Game.
You gotta look. I got a list right here.
His second album that year. There's a lot of good rap albums that came out that year, classic shit, but a lot of it overshadowed by Pac, his passing, Machiavelli, and any other song that was out with him on it.
You got the Killuminati, the 7 Day Theory, that Tupac. All Eyes on Me was still out there. Fugees came out. Soul on Ice, Rizecast came out. Then you had AT-Aliens, Outkast came out. Lil' Kim came out, which people can argue that she's not relevant now, but at that time, Lil' Kim had a foot in the game. She was a heavy hitter in the game at that time.
It's still relevant now because they still using the Lil' Kim template with all of the new female rappers.
Exactly. Then you had Busta Rhymes, The Coming came out. Of course, you had Ghostface at that time. Wu-Tang was on top. Iron Man, The Storm came out, but then you had Hell on Earth, Mobb Deep, like you said, came out. Muddy Waters came out, Redman at that time. Then you go down south, you look at Riding Dirty came out in 96. It Was Written came out in 96. Then you had De La Soul came out. So, Reasonable Doubt had a lot of albums to contend with at that time. And we talking about heavy hitting artists that really move the needle in hip hop. These ain't no bugaboo type of artists, you know what I'm saying, that I just mentioned. And of course, like you said, Pac had a foothold, strangle on the game at that time. So anything Pac dropped was law and order at that time. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of like how Kendrick is doing right now, Kendrick is kind of the law and order for hip hop. Anything he drops, people, hey, I gotta hear it. You got people doing reviews on YouTube 2 minutes after that motherfucker come out. You know what I'm saying? So
quick.
But not to negate the fact that Reasonable Doubt is a classic album, and you can go from from A to Z. I just think at that time frame, there was a lot of overshadowing of his actual skills, should I say. All right. So, what do you think about the ironic timing of being honored for his legacy and just beating these accusations? Is that perfect timing, or is that kind of like, all right, this is set up. This happened because we want to do this. You know how some people don't come out, well, I think he did this to drop this Reasonable Doubt Grammy nomination or Grammy Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? You think it was all a planned out PR stunt or what?
No, I don't think it was. Because for one, had I not just been surfing YouTube, I probably wouldn't have saw the video of the case being dropped by the accuser, because like I said, it wasn't front page news like the accusations were. The accusations was front page news. They had memes. You had people commenting, people talking about it, and all that. Well, when the case got dropped, ain't nobody say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody say a word. That's the information you had to go and look for. And just didn't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But I think life happened the way it happened, as far as his album being inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. I don't know when they announce what they choose to induct, but it just so happened that they chose the right time to announce that news, just as this case is being, put to rest. You know what I'm saying?
You think this solidifies his career? Like, proving that, his staying power in the game, despite all the controversies. Do you think now that, hey, he should be on the Mount Rushmore of hip hop artists?
Well, some people have him, depending on where you're from. If you're from the East Coast, he's already on your Mount Rushmore. If you're from the East Coast, outside of that, I'm not sure. It depends on where he would rank in your specific list, if that's top 5 or top 10. Does this solidify his position? No, it shows that you're not going to be able to just accuse him of anything. You're going to have evidence. You're going to have to be done your homework before you try to accuse him, because he's going to do his homework on you, just like he did on that lady and the attorney. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the difference. See, he could have sat back, or he could have tried to pay it off, but he chose to go another route and clear his name. You know what I'm saying? So for that, you can't really be mad at the dude. You have a reputation, and not only that, you have money to protect, and you have a family to protect.
There you go. That's all that matters, right? And let's add something to the pie too. And we're not taking away from it. We're just trying to tell people the significance and the magnitude of artists and the now I ain't gonna say the hype, but a good time to be a hip hop fan in '96. I'm gonna keep going, and we got, Exhibit came out, Ice Cream Man came out. You know what I'm saying? For the South, that was crazy classic.
Great.
You got Hall of Game, E4O came out. You got Il Na Na, Foxy Brown came out. You got The Dogfather, Mac Mall, Untouchable, Infinite, 96. Not too many people was rocking with that one back in the day. You got the Dr. Dre Presents The Aftermath. You got what else? You got Straight from the Streets. Be Legit came out. Straight from the Streets, Easy E came out. You got Drew Down came out back then. Silk the Shocker came out. Peace of Mind, Tila came out. Sugar T, Paper Chasing came out. Helter Skelter came out. It's like, man, it's crazy time to be a hip hop fan. You know, you got Shaheem, the Rugged Child came out. You know what I'm saying? So 96 wasn't to be played around when he came to hip hop artists. So I would say with Jay-Z coming out around that time frame, just solidifies him as one of the top tier, and to still be here today, one of the top tier MCs in the game. And that's just my opinion. Whatever people get in the comments and say, I don't care. I'm just letting people know that Jay-Z has stood the test of time. He's still here. And regardless of the bars he might have stole or the sayings he took from Slick Rick, whatever the case may be, or how many lines he bit from Biggie, doesn't matter. And it doesn't negate the fact that he has classic albums. You know what I'm saying? You know, just like Jay-Z said, and it hurt my heart because Nas is my favorite MC. You know, you made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Hey, that's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I just want people to, when things like this happen of your favorite MC, if this happens to your favorite MC or favorite movie star, actor, don't be so quick to jump on conclusions and ride with the negative side. Find out the information before you take sides, is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because people who jumped on the bandwagon and said automatically, he did it, now they kicking themselves in the damn 4 points of contact in the ass because now it was a lie. And he countersued. Now you feel like a jackass because you went on the wrong bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? So before we go, I want to ask, do you think she was coerced into doing that because of somebody on her side in her ear saying, hey, we can get the bag with this, or she was jealous and spiteful? You know what I'm saying?
It seemed like somebody, I saw an interview and it seemed like, you know what I'm saying, the accuser might have been slow. And when I noticed that, I said, it seemed like somebody probably got in your ear and said, hey, look how much money this person got when they sued this person. So how much money you think you're going to get if you sue this person? And this person is worth X amount of millions of dollars or more. You know what I'm saying? So it sounded like it was why don't you go on and do that, see how much money you get? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be honest that, you know, as much as evil stuff go on in this world, you know, there is people who prey on people's pockets. And and part of that is lying and accusing people of things that they didn't do just to get a payday. So
yeah, true. So other than that, make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Let us know in the comment section what y'all thought about the whole accusation in the Jay-Z battle. We really would like to know more of, do you think that Reasonable Doubt is a classic? Yay or nay in the comment section. Other than that, y'all already know what it is. The podcast Music Spectrum is the podcast where we break down everything from bars to beats, albums to anthems, and the culture behind the music. Other than that, all gas, no break.
White cups they pour through, another mission begins. Regardless the destination, all leads to the ends. The deck getting respect by the way the speakers shake. If she look, I take. It's more money to make. Sell out, then I shake. Gotta give him his card. So smooth when he move, but what he playing is hard. I don't bump mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit sugar coated and watered down. I don't bump mainstream, I